been fantastic. We've had a great mix of representation from placing and billing, claims, accounting and settlement, both from Mumbai and UK. The way the entire process in the last 2 days we've approached the problem areas, which are queries, we actually followed a set pattern, which was FMEA, failure mode effect analysis, and that allowed people to not just talk about the queries just in isolation, but followed a structured approach.
As you know, what we're going to do now is start looking at the end-to-end process between GDC, ANS, P&B and claims. We've already got a whole load of data which you've got in your packs, which is the frequency of the issues and queries that you've been dealing with. What the aim of this exercise now to do is to dig into those queries, find out what actually caused them in the first place, and then logically work through to the solution and come up with a number of things that we can impose or put into the business. Firstly, quickly, and second, try and come up with the long-term fixes that will make sure that we don't need to raise these queries again, ever.
During this 2 days workshop, we identified few solutions and a takeaway from the workshop that it will help us, for better process improvements, which includes cross-training, better workflow in place, collaboration for handoffs and internal queries as well.
Now, when we did an RCA of these queries, we weren't really surprised to see the outcome, but what really helped us to identify was the top 3 or 4 categories which contributed to almost 80% of our queries. So this formed the base of the workshop for us.
We looked at a number of short-term and long-term fixes that we recommended. Some of the short-term fixes were relating to process adherence. This involved things like retraining modules, improving query efficiency, so ensuring that we ask the right people at the right time. Some of the long-term fixes that we suggested involved system enhancements. So this was largely to do with Eclipse. So we suggested including some hard stops in Eclipse. We also suggested improving the functionality of Eclipse by making the premium calculation screen available at an earlier stage in the Eclipse process.
One of the key learnings that I would like to share with the group would be, though there were formation of verticals and horizontals, but through this workshop we clearly broke the silos and came together as an entire group and worked towards the solutioning aspect on majority of the queries which were pain areas.
Over the course of the workshop, we've actually identified that we're heading in the right direction in terms of our solutions. This includes automating the KYC due diligence process and also having a central repository of what information is required when setting up organisations in Eclipse.
Workshop findings will enable us to enhance our current initiatives. Our route to competency training and our One Best Way process can be improved. From the information we have gathered, we can also develop our knowledge management and our proactive claims management to reduce queries and improve client service. In addition, we can develop better interaction between accounting and settlement and feed all of our findings into the SQL Claims project.
What we did over the last couple of days was actually looked at query rates, different types of query classifications and query types to come up with what the root causes of those queries could be. And then we've actually come up with certain solutions or proposed solutions that we plan to syndicate with the larger stakeholder group in UK to then try and understand which of these can actually be implemented.
For 2 days, the Operational Excellence team, a number of subject matter experts from the UK and Mumbai have come together to look at one single problem, and that is the query rates in the business in GB. Covering a number of different business units from the KYC and placing team, placing and billing team, brokering, claims, ANS, essentially across the value chain to really look at the query rate problem and opportunity across the organisation.